You know what? I think it's high time President Hakainde Hichilema moved on. Because this is getting ridiculous and exhausting. Let's get into that. You see, on Sunday, the 24th of August, 2025, President Hakainde Hichilema was in the Copper Belt. And whilst he was there, he held a meeting with UPND members. And during that meeting, President Hakainde Hichilema took the time to remind the Zambian people for the millionth time of how he and the UPND party suffered when they were in opposition. And whilst he was reminding us of his suffering then in opposition, he also took the time to open up old wounds and then remind us of the people who were unalived during that time, namely Mainza Jibulo and Lawrence Banda. That's him making a gesture of how one of them was pewed in the head. Then I was thinking to myself, why does President Hichilema always feel the need to remind the Zambian people of how bad things were for him when he was in opposition? Is it because he wants to constantly make us live in perpetual horror? Or is it because he wants us to live in a time loop of despair? Then, after breaking my head for the last 2 days, I think I might have just figured it out. Check this out. This is Niccolo Machiavelli. He was an Italian diplomat and author who lived in the 16th century. He is famously known for writing the book called The Prince. This book has been a guideline for certain leaders who like to use psychological warfare on their own citizens. It's also a book that is famously known for teaching leaders who have dictator vibes. For hundreds of years, many leaders have used this book to manipulate their people somehow. So now, after noticing similar patterns when I read this book, similar patterns to how President Hakainde Hichilema plays his strategic politics, I have come to believe, I personally believe, that President Hichilema might have just read this book. Let me continue. So, what is Machiavellianism? Machiavellianism is a personality trait rooted in deception, power, and control. Those high in Machiavellianism view emotions as weaknesses and people as tools to exploit. Their ultimate goal, to win at any cost. Let me continue. Now, Niccolo Machiavelli says, master manipulators don't rely on brute force. They use psychological warfare, mental gymnastics, ukukwangala pamano, right? And number one, gaslighting, making you doubt your reality. What does this mean? For example, we all know the economy is not doing well. Things are not okay. But guess what? When we come out and complain, they tell us, no, things are okay. You're just illogical. Also, you don't work hard enough. You are lazy. Also, you just like to complain. That's what they tell us. And then when we know, maybe there's just something wrong with me. No, there is not. Things are not okay. Number two, guilt tripping. They make you feel guilty, using your emotions against you. They will complain, us during PF we suffered, it wasn't okay. Then you'll be like, but bari chula bantu, yeah, it's so sad. Secondly, they'll guilt trip you. They'll use your emotions. How? You remember when President Hichilema said the reason why Bill 7 has failed is because we hate him. So now, some people start to feel guilty. Yeah, maybe we just don't like him. That's why we are not allowing him to amend the Constitution. When we all know the reason we are not allowing him to amend the Constitution is simply because the clauses are just not meant for the people, but they are meant to empower the party. Let me continue. Number three, future faking, promising things they will never deliver. For example, we shall end load shedding in 7 months. Second example, by 15 hours the dollar will drop. This one is self-explanatory. Let's go to number four, love bombing, overwhelming affection to gain control. All of a sudden, these people love you. They're telling you all these sweet, nice things. The Zambian people have got so much potential. They're intelligent. The sky is the limit of what they can achieve. But meanwhile, this whole time, they've been treating us we just like talking and complaining. Keep that one in mind. Number five, silent treatment, psychological punishment to make you chase them. Have you noticed that there are some times when things are going wrong, no matter how we complain to say, Mwevantu, don't do this, but the president will just appear like he didn't hear it. In fact, he'll come back the next day like nothing happened. It's almost like he wants you to chase him so that you can kiss his feet and beg for him to do the right thing. But he still won't budge. Why do you think they do it? Well, you see, the more you are dependent on them, the more they gain control over you. Let me continue. Niccolo Machiavelli also says, Machiavellians don't just lie. They distort the truth so well that even their victims defend them, e.g. praise singers. It's why they defend everything. It's because they've done it so well that even they have come to believe the lie. They study people, identify weaknesses, and manipulate reality to always stay in control. They never act on impulse. Every move is planned. This is why I am always constantly asking questions. Because I too have read this move and I have refused to be played like a fiddle. Let me continue. Now, before I continue, I would like to remind everyone to click the countdown link on my TikTok bio so that you can see how much time is left before the 2026 general elections. Right now on my end, the clock is telling me there is 349 days, 14 hours and 8 seconds left before the 2026 general elections. So I'll advise you to take a screenshot and post it in my comment section to see what time it's showing on your end. Let me continue. Now, there are many tactics and tricks that you will find in this book that it will take me hours, maybe even days to dissect all of them. But I just wanted to give you a glimpse so that you can understand why the big man does what he does. But at least that's in my observation. So now, it all comes down to this. I think the big man wants us to focus on how the PF messed up so that we do not focus on how he and the UPND are messing up today. And believe me, they are messing up big time. Let them not lie to you. Like the saying goes, he who constantly reminds you of their past struggles does not want you to be aware of your own present struggles. But then again, it's just an observation from my point of view. Inendelanda coffee.